shall express our darker purpose. Give me the map there. Know we have divided in their kingdom, and 'tis our fast intent to shake all cares and business from our age. Tell me, my daughters, since now we will divest us both of rule, interest of territory, cares of state, which of you shall we say doth love us most? That we our largest bounty may extend, where nature doth with merit challenge. Goneril, our eldest born, speak first.
Sir, I love you more than word can wield the matter, dearer than eyesight, space, and liberty, beyond what can be valued, rich or rare, no less than life with grace, health, beauty, and honor, as much as a child ever loved or father found, a love that makes breath poor and speech unable, beyond all matter of so much, I love you.
What shall Cordelia speak? Love, and be silent.
Of all these bounds, even from this line to this, with shadowy forests and with champaigns riched, with plenteous rivers and wide-skirted meads, we make thee lady. To thine and Albany's issue, be this perpetual. What says our second daughter, our dearest Regan?
Then poor Cordelia, and yet not so, since I am sure my love's more richer than my tongue.
I am made of thyself metal that my sister, and prize me at her worth. In my true heart I find she names my very deed of love, only she comes too short, that I profess myself an enemy to all other joys, which the most precious square of sense possesses, and find that I alone felicitate in your dear highness's love.
To thee and thine, hereditary ever, remain this ample third of our fair kingdom, no less in space, validity, and pleasure, than that conferred on Goneril. Now our joy, although the last, not least, though to those young love, the vines of France and milk of Burgundy strive to be intercessed. What can you say to draw a third more opulent than your sisters? Speak.
Nothing, my lord.
Nothing?
Yes, nothing.
Nothing will come of nothing. Speak again.
Unhappy that I am, I cannot hear my eye into my mouth. I love your majesty, according to my bond, no more, no less.
How, Cordelia, mend your speech a little, lest you may mar your fortunes.
Good my lord, you have begged me, bred me, loved me. I return those duties back as right for. Obey you, love you, and most honor you. Why have my sisters husbands if they say they love you all? Happily, when I shall wed, that lord whose hand must take my plight shall carry half my love with him, half my care and duty. Sure, I shall never marry like my sisters to love my father all.
But goes thy heart with this?
Ay, good my lord.
So young and so untender.
So young, my lord, and true.
Let it be so. Thy truth then be thy dower. For by thy sacred radiance of the sun, the mysteries of Hecate and the night, by all the operation of the orbs, from whom we do exist and cease to be, here I disclaim all my paternal care, propinquity and property of blood. And as a stranger to my heart and me, hold thee from this forever. The barbarous Scythian, or he that makes his generation messes, to gorge his appetite, shall to my bosom be as well neighbored, pitied, and relieved, as thou, my sometime daughter.
Good, my liege.
Peace, Kent. Come not between the dragon and his wrath. I loved her most, and thought to set my rest on her kind nursery. Hence, and avoid my sight. So be my grave, my peace, as here I give her father's heart from her. Call France, who stirs? Call Burgundy, Cornwall, and Albany. With my two daughters' doers digest the third. Let pride, which she calls plainness, marry her. I do invest you jointly in my power, preeminence, and all the large effects that troop with majesty. Ourself by monthly course, with reservation of 100 knights. By you to be sustained shall our abode. Make with you thy due turns. Only we shall restrain the name, and all the additions to a king, the sway, revenue, execution of the rest. Beloved sons, be yours, which to confirm this coronet part between you.
Lear, who I have ever honored as my king, loyal as my father, as my master followed, as my great patron thought on in my prayers. Thy youngest daughter does not love thee least, not of those empty-hearted whose low sound reverbs no hollowness.
Tent on thy life, no more.
My life I never held but as a pawn, to wage against thy enemies, not fear to lose it, thy safety being motive.
Out of my sight!
See better, Lear, and let me still remain, thy true blank of thin eye.
Now by Apollo.
Now by Apollo, king, thou swearest the gods in vain.
O vassal, miscreant!
Therefore be gone, without our grace, our love, our benison.
Fare thee well, king, since thus thou will appear. Freedom lives hence, and banishment is here. The gods to their dear shelter, and thee thou made, that justly thinkest, and hast more rightly said. And to you, and your large speechless, may your deeds approve, that good effects of may spring from words of love.
Bid farewell to these sisters.
The jewels of our father with washed eyes, Cordelia leaves you, I know what you are. And like a sister, am most loth to call your faults as they are named. Love well our father, to your professed bosoms I commit him. But yet, alas, stood I within his grace, I would prefer him to a better place, so farewell to you both.
Prescribe not us our duty. Let your study be content to your Lord, who hath received you at fortune's alms. You have obedience scanted, and well are worth that want you have wanted.
Time shall unfold what plighted cunning hides, who cover faults, at last with shame derides. May well you prosper.
Sister, it is not little I have to say of what most nearly appertains to us both. I think our father will hence tonight. That's most certain, and with you, next month with us. You see how full of changes he is? The observation we have made of it hath not been little. He always loved our sister most, and with what poor judgment he hath now cast over her, appears too grossly. 'Tis the infirmity of his age, yet he hath never but slenderly known himself. The best and soundest of his time hath been but rash. Then must we look from his age to receive not alone the imperfections of long and graft condition, but therewithal the unruly waywardness that infirm the choleric years bring with them. Such unconstant stars are we like to have from him as of this Kent's banishment. There is further compliment of leave taking between France and him. Pray you, let us hit together. If our father carry authority with such disposition as he bears, this last surrender of his will but offend us. We shall further think of it. We must do something, and in the heat.